Everybody, welcome to the show. I hope you're all. It's a great day for America. No, that's Craig. Sorry. We do have some stuff to announce real quick before we go any further. February 6th is our season finale. Yay! So we don't know what we're doing yet with that. Nate said he has a plan, but he won't tell me.
Yep, it's a surprise. It's going to be fabulous. Just tune in. You're going to be blown away.
Okay. So and then we'll be back on March 26th, which is the actual official day that the Ron Pertee show first aired.
Oh,
March
wow.
26th, 2012. So it'll be our 12th season.
Oh yeah, 12th season. I was doing the math. I don't know if you heard the smell. I heard
the squirrel. But yeah, so it'll be our beginning of our 12th season, and wow, the way things have changed from a lowly little podcast that I recorded on the couch with this very microphone. This microphone is like 12 years old.
They make good products back then, you know.
Well, I still want to get one of those Shure ones, the black ones, you know, that you see on all the the ones that Joe Rogan uses.
All white guys
his
do.
Bullshit. You know, because why not be a fucking asshole?
Yeah.
And that's opinion. That's not fact. In case his legal team is watching, because they just scour the internet waiting for his name to get mentioned.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you get the Ricola thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he appears out of nowhere on a horse.
Yeah. Let's just go through the chats here real quick. Trekopedia's here. Okay. And he mentions that Cora. Yeah, I heard about Cora Jade, and I heard that Seth may have hurt himself, but whatever. I don't care. Seth Franklin Rollins can go to hell. And hello, Kevin. All right. And we have a lot of stuff to cover for a slow news week, gang.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
First of all, I just want to say congratulations to the Packers.
Hey!
Holy moly. That was a fantastic first half. Little rocky towards the end, but
still pulled it out, man.
Because of that fantastic first half, we had them in the bag.
That's right.
And it's like, did the Cowboys ever show up? Towards the end, they did. You mean
when they put in Sean Gifford or whatever the fuck his name is, and they took out Jordan 11, Aaron Jones, the people? Yeah, let's take out the people that are important, because we're ahead by like 20 points.
But they pulled it off. I wish them well with San Francisco.
I'm one of the few people who thinks they might actually beat them.
In my heart, I know they will. But if they don't, I'm still okay with that because they made it this far with such a rookie team.
Yep.
And
Love has a better first year record than Favre and Rodgers now.
Yep. He put it looked like it shows that he put the work into it, and it's proving it.
It's a team that's gelling together as opposed to it being the Aaron Rodgers show.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is not what this team is about at all. But yeah, that was mind blowing. I hear it from I'm at work and I'm sitting in the other room reading comic books or watching The Simpsons, as is my wont. Third time going through the watch through. And
we're gonna have a little meeting with your friends and family with letters about your addiction.
I have no problem here, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're watching it right now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. But what was funny is when I started the third rewatch, all I could hear is again, and it was you're making it so I hate the fucking Simpsons. I'm like, you shut your whore mouth. But yeah, so it's how about we all go out for frosty chocolate milkshakes? But yeah, so that's a whole lot of that.
Yeah. Go.
Yes.
Looking forward to next Sunday.
Yes, as am I.
All the love, luck, whatever you need.
Not Andrew Luck, just Jordan Love.
All you need is love. Love is all you need.
Jordan Love. Jordan Love's all you need. And now I was gonna say Michael Jackson come after us, but what's he gonna do? Plink it. Oh man. But yeah, so I went and saw The Beekeeper today with my dad.
With Jason Statham.
You know what's funny though is that clip I just showed you.
Yeah.
And fuck you, Trekopedia. I am not happy about that if that has to happen. So okay, let's get into this real quick. On Tales from the Podcast.
Okay.
We're watching the Warwick Davis Leprechaun movies next, and after that, we put it to a vote for other people to decide. One of the and I put something out, JB put something out, and Jeff put something out. You know, the two weirdos with the beard and the hat, and against the guy who has no beard and has hair that needs to be combed. JB's is Are You Afraid of the Dark? The series, which would take us two fucking years to get through. Okay, Jeff's is the Child's Play franchise, which, you know what? If I can't vote for my own, I'd probably vote for that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then mine is, because you can watch them in a playlist on Disney Plus now, Treehouse of Horror, which are always winners. There's not a shitty one in the bunch.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah. There's a shitty Treehouse of Horror in the bunch. And now Are You Afraid of the Dark is winning, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
I don't think I ever saw Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I think you and I are a little old for it because it came out in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
On Nickelodeon. And that was something, it was more the intern's time. My brother. That was more like something he would have been into. I mean, that also leans to the fact that on my dating apps that I'm on, I've moved the search bar from 45 to 50 at this point, because I figure I'm 44, going to be 45. What's another 5 years? If I'm willing to go as early as 25, you know, and plus at this point, if they're 50, you know, they probably ain't got, if they're not going to have kids, or the kids are going to be out of the house.
Yeah.
And they're going to be hungry for dick. So, like hungry MILFs.
So much.
Hungry MILFs. But anyway, that's what Union Grove is here in Racine County. That's where all the single moms are. But yeah, so it's yeah. But anyway, The Beekeeper.
First off,
now that clip I showed you just before we went on, where the guy put the axe in the woman's face. Could you see Jason Statham playing that character?
For sure, definitely.
Okay. I got
or the guy in the background that was talking a little bit, who had kind of a.
That's him, the same guy.
Is that the same? Okay, yeah, okay.
That you're.
Yeah. The one that was shirtless, little scars.
Well, no, he's the one that said, if tonight you want to raise your children as free people. That one? Yeah, that's him. That's the same guy who put the axe in her face.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So, okay, he wants to know here, Ron, what goes with lobster? And it's condoms. Because if you're going to eat lobster on my dime, we're having sex. But thank you. Thank you, Unc.
A nice hollandaise sauce.
Yeah, a nice hollandaise sauce and some Trojans. Yeah. So that was it was John Wick.
Okay.
But with like a little bit deeper premise.
So kind of like Nobody with Bob Odenkirk?
Nobody is the better of the three. If you put Nobody, Beekeeper, and John Wick up against each other, Nobody is better than the other two. Just because Bob Odenkirk is fucking amazing. And I want to offer my condolences to the Barry and Better Call Saul team for Better Call Saul being nominated for the most amount of Emmys and never winning one.
But they had their year, though. They had their year, I think, of winning. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like it was like a couple years ago.
Barry did that too.
Yeah.
But and I'm a big Bill Hader fan. I fucking love Bill Hader.
Who is it? I dare you to come out of the woodworks, you Bill Hader haters.
You Bill Hader, and he's dating Ali Wong. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, hell, what a get.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, well, we just don't want to tell anybody because, you know, we're both in our 40s and we got kids. And I'm like, damn, Bill got some play.
Also the first Asian woman to win an Emmy, apparently.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. For Beef, which I still haven't seen, but I hear it's good.
It's on my list.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on my list.
I don't have time. I'm sorry. I don't have time for everything.
Right. I'm trying to go through the movies that I think are going to be nominated. Which we can talk about next week because then the nominations will be out.
Oh, cool. Is there in the group chat? Is there anything that we should watch if we haven't yet? Something that we should watch that is Oscar worthy.
Well, what I'm right now, let me see here. Let's see what Wikipedia has to say here. Emmys aren't always. Well, I mean, Buffy only had a couple episodes that were even worth nomination. And he also said he had a friend that worked with Jason Statham, said he was the nicest guy. Yeah, see? And that's who better to kill Nazis than Jason Statham?
Yep.
You know? But I've watched Oppenheimer, obviously. Yep. I love that fucking movie. I watched American Fiction with Jeffrey Wright, which was really, really good. Which, actually, if you know the premise of that movie, it leads into our big story tonight. Because it's about white people kind of being weird with black people.
Fucking it up?
Well, white people always fuck it up. But and then I saw The Holdovers.
I want to see that.
It's on Peacock. It's okay. Whereas American Fiction feels like an Alexander Payne movie that wasn't directed by Alexander Payne, Holdovers feels like an Alexander Payne movie that was directed by Alexander Payne.
Yeah.
So yeah. But then what else is there? I'm not going to watch Barbie because I just don't care. I don't.
Is that movie with why is my brain the Joker guy?
Napoleon?
Napoleon guy.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Beau is Afraid.
That's not nominated for any. I don't think it's nominated for anything. It was.
I think I want to watch now, but
it's on VOD now, so I think it'd be pretty easy to find a copy. Yeah. And what else are they thinking? Poor Things with Emma Stone, which is the like Frankenstein movie that's still in theaters, I think. And then there's Past Lives, which I hear is good. And then Killers of a Flower Moon.
And you saw that one, right?
Not yet. I have it sitting there waiting for me to watch. It's 3.5 hours. I don't know if I have that kind of time. I know I'm taking a half day off of work tomorrow to go to hang out at the comic shop because adult, and I'm going to probably to eat up that first hunk of work, watch Killers of a Flower Moon because work has been that dead.
Yeah.
And then what else? There's something else I forget the name of it, but there's like a big hunk of them. And I don't know. And but that's the thing is I don't even really look at the Golden Globes and the Oscars so much because I'm more of a TV guy. I love my movies, don't get me wrong, and I make movies, but I want to work in TV, and that's what I guess I am.
Here we go.
I'm working in TV right here. This is a TV show. I don't care what anybody else fucking says. You know, Trick or Treat, my favorite movie of the last year was Super Mario. I really not so good. No, it was fun. It was fun, and I think that Jack Black. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but I think the song "Peach" should get an Oscar nod. Have you seen the Mario movie?
It's also on my list, but what I heard about it is that there's no soapboxes in the movie. It's just a pure entertainment movie.
Yep.
Which I don't know if you noticed, at the Emmys, not a lot of people on their soapboxes.
Nope.
They were just, thank you to this, that, good night. They followed what Ricky Gervais has been
said,
about all the time.
Nobody cares what you think about politics and all this other bullshit. I do love how Taylor Tomlinson and Stephen Colbert presented an award, and Taylor was wearing one of those suits that had no shirt on underneath, and we almost saw her Tomlinsons. Yeah.
Titties.
I'm going to check that out too next week. That's on after. Actually, you know what? Watch us and tape after midnight. Because After Midnight apparently is a revamp of At Midnight, and At Midnight was hosted by Chris Hardwick, and fuck Chris Hardwick. I don't like Chris Hardwick.
What did he do to you?
He breathes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know if he had a thing with his girlfriend, but that was like it was her that was doing the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, and I don't care. He's just yeah.
Is he like Chris D'Elia with whatever, like a pedophile?
Chris D'Elia, I don't know.
D'Elia?
I don't know what's going on with him. He's just hold on a second. I gotta.
Got an incoming message?
I do.
Nice. Is it Joe Rogan telling us to stop?
Yeah, it's a cease and desist from Joe Rogan. And Colin had said something up here. Let me find it. Where is it? Because it was fucking hilarious, but I didn't. It's about Joe Rogan. If you say his name 3 times in the mirror, he shows up and tells you to try stand up.
He did say that. He did say everybody should try stand up. I think that was discussed before, but it's like, no, that's bad advice. It really, like, some people should, but not everybody.
No, it's not for everybody. It's
like
not.
Dane Cook had a quote out there, love him or hate him, but he had a quote. He goes, "I'd rather learn brain surgery than start comedy over again."
Yeah, that's it was. I don't think she did, but the way she was wearing it, you could kind of see how big they were. Taylor Tomlinson, she's a stand-up, and she's hosting a new show after Stephen Colbert. So
I'm excited for that.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Just like everything, I give it a shot unless you're a show hosted by James Corden. But
listen, just because Cats,
Portly
just because Into the Woods, just because whatever else he's done has not been good.
And apparently he's a complete fucking shithead.
That's what I heard.
Yes, Wikipedia. Right. She's taking over the James Corden time slot.
Yeah.
Which is fine. An attractive blonde over fucking Sally the Sea Whale. I don't know why I said Sally, but.
Well, rumors has it.
Also, I gotta say real quick, if to anybody who's my mods over on Twitch that are watching live right now, if anybody does come in and they raid or they sub or anything like that, please give them the proper thank yous and such, because I won't be able to see it. I will see it after the show though, because I'm gonna go play video games on Twitch after the show is over. Because why not? I'm already here.
So Beekeeper is worth seeing.
I would wait till it
goes to like a streaming service.
Go on a Tuesday if you want to see it in the theater.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. It's one of those movies you turn your brain off and you watch Jason Statham hunt down Josh Hutcherson.
Oh, nice. But what about The Bricklayer with Aaron Eckhart?
No, I haven't seen that because he's no. Because every time I think of Aaron Eckhart, I think about The Dark Knight, and I think about how they wasted Two-Face.
True, very true.
But
the bricklayer is just a normal bricklayer. Like he lays bricks, with the whole.
I'm sure.
And then I guess he has special skills that are needed to take out a mob or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they're coming out with all these different.
I think that they should just make the Jizz Mopper.
Jizz
Yeah.
mopper.
By day, he mopped up booths at Racine News until his boss was brutally murdered.
By night, he destroys the scumbags and cleans
With
up
his
their
jizz
scum.
mop.
And cleans up their scum.
Yes. After he kills them, he cleans everything up.
I'm the janitor.
Yeah, the janitor. Good God.
I am mall security.
Oh, that's already been done too. Fucking Paul Blart.
That's true.
Is there anybody who makes it harder for us large fellows than Kevin James?
He gave us a little bit of hope that a fat guy can do action.
No, he can't.
Or was it that martial law? It was a TV show with this
With Sammo Hung.
Sammo Hung, yeah, who's just this big dude,
Asian guy, yeah, who's like doing karate and shit. Yeah, yeah.
just like Keith Carradine or whoever, just like, or Steven Seagal, where he just touches a few people, like he does this move and the guy flies 6 feet.
You mean the one guy who's banned from Saturday Night Live in perpetuity?
Yeah.
Oh man. And it's just so funny that somebody was so bad. They even brought Elvis Costello back, for crying out loud.
That's true.
But it's so Beekeeper's worth it. What else? It was cold as fuck.
I'm the librarian.
That's hot Noah Wiley.
I will destroy you with my stories. I don't know.
I will give you a bunch of paper cuts. And so I don't know what the coldness
I'm the damn it, I can't say it.
Anesthesiologist?
Yes.
I'll put you to sleep. Whoa, with the librarian stories. So how cold is it out by you?
Right now we are at 7 degrees.
7?
Yeah. And we had a bunch of snow. More than like, what is it, 1 degree there?
No, it's
or
2.
Below 0.
It was 1 degree when I went to see the movie, and I had to order some gloves because I always have to take them off and on to text people, and I'm kind of an active person on my phone, not intentionally, but so I had to order some gloves that allow you to do that, and I got myself one of those gaiters to pull up over your face. When you're out in the weather. I don't care about this. I have hair. I'm not like the intern who's almost bald. Of his own choice, not because he's, losing his hair. But he
I'm the intern from a startup company that just started 2 weeks ago. Sorry.
Oh, no, this has just turned into like Artie on Howard Stern. He just keeps doing the joke over and over. Which I'm fine with. But so I got that, and then that way I don't have to. But he gave me a hat and gloves to wear. He's like, "You better fucking put them on, stupid." And I wore them out, and then I brought them in my pocket when I came home, and I just had a hood up. And so yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was, but yeah, it was just, I don't know. And then the thing I hate most is when you go to the theater and you got people who won't shut the fuck up. They're sitting there yammering on, and I'm just like, I even said at one point, I was just like, would you please shut the fuck up?
Yeah, like, and not even like talking, but also like they bring in their own stuff, which sometimes I do too. But it's like you just hear this throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, it's a lot of like I'm trying to find something here, like
throughout the whole movie, it's like ASMR on steroids.
Yeah,
It's like I came here to. It just I like to go on days where I know nobody's gonna be there. Yeah, exactly, just like that. I'm the annoyingest at the movies.
Yes, you are. No, but yeah, it's I don't know. It was still a good movie. Still, I mean, going on Tuesdays, they're raising the prices again. It was $5. Now it's like $7 or something. Yeah. And here's the kicker, Marcus.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, fuck.
And what? In this economy? No. So I went. They had this thing on the app, and I'm like, because my dad gave me money to go get him snacks.
Yeah.
He can't stand in line. He's like, here's some money. Go get me XYZ. Doesn't say you can get anything for yourself. Just says so. And I'm standing there waiting, and I go through the app for Marcus, and I'm like, oh look, free hot chocolate because it's so cold out. Like, oh perfect. I'm like, hey, can I get a hot chocolate? And I'm thinking it's going to be in one of those to-go things or whatever, right? And it's in a tiny cup about this big, styrofoam cup with no fucking lid. How am I supposed to carry everything else, you motherfucker?
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
And then I asked the guy, because on Marcus's name tags, it says what their favorite movie is. This guy looked like he couldn't be older than 25.
Yeah.
And I said, so which version?
It said Apocalypse Now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I said, well, what version is your favorite? Because we all know there's like 2 or 3 versions of Apocalypse Now.
The Redux now.
Yeah, and all that stuff. And he goes, there's only the one. I'm like, oh. And I almost turned into comic book guy.
Yes, as you can very well see. Yeah.
Yes. Worst movie theater attendant ever.
Don't mind me.
Nate's gonna go beat himself about the penis area. But yeah, so that was my movie going experience. I'm more and more becoming the guy who would gladly pay the $10-15 just to watch it at home.
True.
It's because they don't have anybody to police them, I guess, the people in the theater.
And we're leaving the theater. And my dad, who is not a PC guy by any stretch of the imagination, and that's just who he is, goes out of his way to say to the guy who's waiting to go in and clean up the theater, yeah, which way's the washroom? I'm like, what? My dad said the washroom? This is the same guy when we went to the movie theaters and wanted to go see Barbed Wire. He's like, yeah, 2 for 1 with the big tits. He's being honest. And this guy took 5 minutes to explain where the bathroom was, when we could have just walked. In the time that it took for him to talk about it, we could have walked out and seen the bathroom in the lobby.
Well, what you got to need to do is you got to go out the door,
he's standing
past the butter machine, circle around.
So the bathroom is that way. If you keep walking that way, and if you go that way, you'll see the bathroom that way, in the lobby that way. And that's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
The tickets are getting more and more expensive, which it used to be just the concessions. That's how they make their money.
Right.
Now they're adding more to the tickets. And then, I don't know if you noticed, the movie theaters here in Idaho.
I know, because I've never been to Idaho. I eat enough potatoes, though.
One of these days.
Yeah.
But there's
one of these days you'll have to come to Wisconsin. You've never been.
Yeah. One of the bundles are gone now. You can buy 2 sodas and a popcorn for a certain amount of money.
That's still here. That's still here.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. They got rid of it here.
And then before the movie, Greg Marcus, the guy who runs, who's the CEO of Marcus Cinema, is selling blankets now, because you know how people will bring blankets into the theater that have his pictures on them. I know I'm going to run to their website and start buying them.
I'm going to use it for jizz targets.
Yeah, that's actually what the jizz mopper uses to clean up before he goes out on his nightly violence rampage.
Yeah,
is the Marcus Cinema blankets with Greg Marcus's face on it. Now, Greg, if you want me to stop talking poorly about your blankets and your cinema, sponsor the show.
Sponsor the show, Marcus. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do a show next. I'm going to do a show next week. I think it would be great if you sponsored it. Now that's from The Tourist. Remember The Tourist with Johnny Depp and Angelina? Yeah, she's trying to teach him how to ask a woman out for dinner. And it's like, a woman doesn't want to be, he's like, well, would you like to join me for dinner? Oh, no, women don't want to have to answer questions. Okay, join me for dinner. Oh, that's too demanding. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna have dinner. I think you should join me.
Oh, okay, perfect. So
Well played.
there you go. And then yeah. So, but so if you like Black Bush said on Chappelle Show, sponsor me with your army, sponsor me with your movie theater, give me some money.
Make it happen.
Exactly.
But so it came to my attention recently, last day or so, that it is the 10th anniversary of me having a run-in with the police with a fellow comedian on the way up to an open mic.
And
Now,
I think you were going to be there that night too.
is there has there been any other run-ins before this incident, or is this like your first time being harassed by the cops?
Well, here's the thing: is I wasn't harassed by the cops. I should point this out. Why this story is interesting. I wasn't harassed by the cops. The comic I was with was harassed by the cops. And can you tell me why he was harassed by the cops?
DWB?
Yes, DWB. Driving while black. So we were heading up from Racine, and we were going to Rounding Third, and which is where I'd always see you and Brendan.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, I always clicked with you, but Brendan always intimidated the shit out of me.
He's that type of guy. He's very confident, smart.
Almost to a certain extent, almost to a detriment.
Yeah, and to a lot of people, he seems angry, but
yes,
he's really not.
So we were headed up there, and we were driving, and I think we took a turn wrong or something. I don't know what it was, right? But they basically pulled us over at an off ramp, which is even weirder.
Yeah.
And the cop's like talking to him, blah, blah, blah. He's just going to give him a ticket. And then he said to him, I need your thumbprint. And that set him off. And a lieutenant came out, and his boss came out, and I'm just sitting here going like this, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I can remember when it was, too, because Seattle was playing New Orleans. The year that they beat the shit out of Denver in the Super Bowl. I think it was the divisional playoffs, and Seattle was playing New Orleans, which was like a January 13th or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, why don't you just sign it and let's get the fuck out of here? You know?
Yeah.
And he threw a fucking fit over it. And they told him to get out of the car. And he wouldn't get out of the car. They dragged his ass out of the car. And then when he got out, instead of standing there, he sat on the ground. And I was just like, oh no. I'm gonna have to be a witness in a trial. And I'm gonna have nightmares of a dead body. And
meanwhile, they let you just sit there.
And at one point
worry
they told
about
me,
you.
Well, he sits down, and they tell me that I have to get out of the car. And I'm like, sure, I'll get out of the car. So I got out of the car, and I'm standing next to the car, and a couple of cops come over to me, and I'm just standing there. I'm not saying shit. And they're treating me super nice. You okay, sir? Everything all right? You know, I was waiting for the hors d'oeuvres and the blowjobs to show up. You know, and it's totally because I was white. Let's be real honest here. And I'll explain why that's true in a second. But here's the thing that pissed me off about the whole thing. Not the fact that they just took my friend and tossed him in the back of a paddy wagon from a sitting position. Not that. But the fact that they asked him, they said, look, we can either impound your car and you can pay like $700 to get it back, or your friend can drive it home and, you know, you can pick it up when you get out.
Yeah.
He said, let them impound it. So where am I going to go?
Yeah, like I'm stuck here on this off ramp.
Yeah, on an off ramp onto I-94, and you're going to have a nice, warm, cozy night with some guy who's going to tell you that you should probably roll over from on your back.
Yeah.
But but here's the kicker. Here's what makes that worse. Is the cops took me to a local restaurant and let me sit there while I waited for my dad to come get me from Racine. They were nice. And they're like, so you're a comedian, huh? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I like to think. And I just started cracking jokes, and they were all laughing.
Yeah.
You know, and we were having a gay old time. And not that kind of gay old time, not that there's anything wrong with that. But and I go to the restaurant and I order some food, and I'm sitting there and I'm eating food, watching the night or I don't know, it was the Seahawks and the I'm trying to remember. I know the Seahawks it was the year the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's all I remember. And it was either the divisional or the NFC championship. It might have been the NFC championship against whoever. But so I'm sitting there and I'm eating, waiting for my dad, and everything's just fine while he's rotting away in a jail cell, you know, being processed and fingerprinted and maybe beaten for all I know.
Yeah.
But why didn't he let me drive the car home?
Well, he was already confrontational with the cops.
Yeah.
Just and like, I'm not saying, you know, he should comply to everything that the cops say to do.
Right.
But if you want less of a headache, you kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
And so I guess it was just one thing after another. So I assume he just said, no, fuck you, fuck everything.
So he was just in the mindset of fuck
Yeah.
you. And okay. He also said that he owes me like 30,000 rides now, and I haven't gotten one. So he doesn't pay his debts.
Well, you know, he's busy being harassed by the cops on a daily basis.
Oh, that's true.
You don't have that.
No, I don't have that. No.
I remember like during the George Floyd thing and stuff like that, and like because I have friends who are cops, I have family members who are cops, I have people around the country that I know that are cops, and I know that I don't want to pigeonhole every cop as a bad person, but they just keep doing things right after another.
It only takes a couple to ruin the entire fucking thing, you know. And
but it just seemed like every week after that, like something else happened. Something like, God damn it, it's hard to defend you guys.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I told my therapist today, I'm like, look, I'm not okay. I'm not going to kill myself, but maybe I'll do death by cop. You know, I'll go outside with a hero sandwich,
which is apparently very hard to do if you're white.
Oh,
they will tase you, they will chase you, they will rope you, but they will not shoot you.
God damn it!
That's just in the movies when white guys die by death by cop.
It's only in the movies because like in a casino when he's like yelling at the cops and he's got a hero sandwich and a aluminum foil and they shoot him and they have to plant a gun. It's like he was just a fucking hero sandwich. But the reason why I know the Milwaukee cops are kind of fucked is
I'm the sandwich artist and I'm here to kick ass.
You just paint sandwiches. Is when I got a call from the former co-host of the show, Vic, the black guy, as he would call himself. He calls me up because he lives in Arizona. He calls me up and he says, hey, I need you to go check on my dad for me because I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. I'm like, okay, fine. So I get my dad's truck. I go up to Milwaukee. And it's not in the best neighborhood, but it's whatever. You know, I'm doing a favor for a friend. And I grew up in the hood. I know how to handle myself. You don't do anything stupid, they won't do anything stupid to you. You know what I mean?
What do you mean about they, motherfucker?
Everybody. White, black, brown, I don't care. You don't do nothing stupid to anybody, and they won't do nothing stupid to you.
Yeah.
And so I go to check on his dad, and I call when I couldn't get through. I'm like, you want me to call the cops? He's like, yeah. So I called the cops, and they asked me his dad's race. What the fuck does that have to do with a goddamn thing? Nothing.
Not at all.
No. But they wanted to know. I'm like, it's a wellness check. It's not. I'm not calling because he's shooting up a fucking liquor store.
Yeah.
You know?
He's an elderly man that needs to be checked up on.
Yeah.
Or how we just said, fuck elders now.
Pretty much, yeah. And then the first cop comes out, bangs on the door, and nobody answers. Doesn't do it. Oh, I can't do anything. And then his my friend's cousin stops by and he's like, "Oh, he's just overreacting and this, that." I'm like, "No, he hasn't heard from him in 3 days." He's like, "Oh, well, that's not like him." So we tried climbing up the fucking scaffolding. No, I did not try climbing up because imagine all this mess. I couldn't try climbing up. The only thing I would try and climb up is a hill of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
So then eventually we call the cops back and they finally say, do we have permission to kick the door? I call my buddy. He goes, yeah, go ahead and take the door. They kick the door in. They get upstairs. They're upstairs for a while. We see the flashlights moving. And they come out and they have gaiters on and gloves. I'm like, oh no, that can't be a good sign. And sure enough, his dad was dead up there, and he had died like 2 days ago. And the cops made it difficult because I have to call and I have to say, hey, this, that, and then it's like, what the fuck,
That sucks.
If you see the light on, if you see the light on, and no one's answering a door,
yeah,
and they're elderly and they have a heart problem, take the fucking door.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. At the worst, I was at the best, I was I was just expecting him to be asleep and be like, "Who are you and what do you want?"
Yeah.
Well, Vic sent me. And he's like, and then I asked my friend, I was like, "So what do I do to convince him that I know you?" I was like, "Just tell him. Just call him Pops." I'm like, "No, that won't work."
Yo, Pops.
And then I said, what if I say that I know his middle name? Because I will not repeat what they have the same middle name. I will not repeat it on the air.
Yeah.
Because intern knows it. And if intern's still listening, he can, and if he remembers what it is, he can let us know in the chat. Because I've known Vic since I worked at Funkoland back in 1999 when Dreamcast came out. That's how long I've known him. Yeah. So, he's the guy that brought a really hot blonde to my 21st birthday party, and I thought it was a present for me. And he goes, "No, motherfucker, this is for me." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, pal. You're a real pal." And then he was like, "Yeah, she's wearing leopard underwear." I'm like, "Motherfucker, come on! It's my 21st birthday. We're at the strip club. Save me some money and let me bang this chick. She works for the Bucks, for Christ's sake."
The Bucks? The basketball team, the Bucks?
Yeah, she did. I don't know if she still does, but
I'm the secretary of the Bucks. Okay, that's too much. That's too much.
We're getting somewhere with that. But yeah, no. So I love how lighthearted this all started, and then we're solving racial inequality problems.
Hey,
that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's what we do here on the show.
We give, we take, we give forward.
Yeah, exactly. So, I am waiting to hear back from a few people about being on. Once I know, I'll let everybody know. And so I think we'll probably wrap it up for tonight, because if we had commercials like a real TV show, this would be about the time. 45 minutes.
Brought to you by Powerade.
Brought to you by Los Pollos Hermanos. If you want your chicken laced with meth, get Los Pollos Hermanos today. That's right. So, what do you got coming up this weekend? Anything?
So I am judging this Thursday the second round of Comic of the Year, and it's the riff round. Basically, the comics get to take subjects and come up with a joke on the spot.
Oh, so the segment that I'd actually be really good at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's happening. And then Saturday, I'm doing a corporate gig that will make my month.
Hey, those are always fun.
Yeah.
You got to clean it up.
No, I have to bro it up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, and the beekeeper, when you mentioned, I don't know why that made me think of it, but oh well, no, because the bad guys are essentially like dude bros,
Yeah.
with trust funds,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they do something to Felicia Rashad, and that's what sets off Jason Statham.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
You leave
Yeah.
Mrs. Huxtable alone. She didn't know her husband was a fucking sex pervert down in his office. I do think it's hilarious that the fucking rapist decides to cast himself as a gynecologist.
Hey, you know,
You play what you know.
it makes perfect sense, you know.
Yeah, it does. It does. But yeah.
But
So
on that,
this,
that's what I got going on this weekend.
Huh?
And but you can always follow me on Comic Nate Ford everywhere.
there you go. There you go. And this Saturday I'll be on Tales from the Podcast. As always, we're gonna be starting the Leprechaun series.
Are you watching the whole series, like from the first one to Deep in Space 5?
We're just doing
Or-
the Warwick Davis one, so I think we're just doing 6 of them.
Okay.
We're not doing like the WWE version with Hornswoggle or any of that stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be something, all right. So and then don't forget to follow me everywhere at I'm Uncle Ron. What do I got going on? I don't know. I got nothing going on. Just follow me, love me. I need your validation as a talk show host, or I'm sorry, a late night show host, because this isn't a talk show. I mean, I have a desk. But
Also, go on YouTube and share this with your friends.
yes,
Sure.
let's get this going. Tell your friends about the show. You know, I always see these things where how you support your friends when you don't have money. You share their stuff, you like their stuff, you tell them what you thought of it. You know, all of that costs nothing, and it helps a bunch.
Now, if you hate the show,
Don't say
Just-
shit.
just send money. Just send money. Send lots
Exactly.
of money, and we'll never do it again.
Yep.
You said $1 million. We'll never do it again.
It's got to be cash though, because I ain't telling Uncle Sam shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Nate and I could probably each live off of $500,000 for the rest of our life.
Oh, dude, 100,000 for sure.
Well, I mean, if we had 500, I would get some stuff fixed that needs to get fixed. I would get a new
Yeah.
car, and then
Yeah.
I would put the rest in the bank and live off of it. The interest alone.
Yeah.
You know, so I live very frugally. I go to the comic shop every week. I get the intern some video games. Nothing. We don't ask for a lot, you know, and then I can
Just an
stream all the
occasional
time.
Russian hooker and cocaine. That's all.
Yes, exactly.
No
Like
big
the
deal.
beginning of the Equalizer. That's fine.
Yeah, no big deal.
Oh, you think $9,800 is worth this piece of pussy? She make this for me in a weekend.
Exactly.
Exactly. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you next week with more ridiculousness. So stay tuned to all of the socials to see what's going on, and we will see you next week.